I don't know. I think I just did a suck sip.
Sip and
sucked
slam.
my lip into the bottom.
Sip and slam.
And then popped it out. And then I just put it down and got ready to talk.
I just watched this thing like last night. It was like 12 different ways to open a beer bottle if you don't have a bottle opener.
Yeah.
And they had a video with it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, like, lighter,
I could do 3.
Whatever.
Yeah. They
were doing it on all sorts like this, like popping it off here, and like every time half the beer is gone, boom, like. I'm like, dude,
that's not the way to do it.
Why the fuck do you want to lose half your beer? Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
You know what they have though is they have the wine. I saw one that was the wine opening. If you don't have a thing, and this touched my heart because I've been on a camping trip before, where I brought the wine. And then I got there, and I brought the wine and all the fire stuff. Like, we brought sticks and stuff, right? And I set up the whole... there's 3 stories inside this. I set up the kindling, right, into a little pile. I tried to do some Boy Scout shit, but I've never been a Boy Scout. So, I set up a little kindling into a pile. Then I set the bigger sticks until it was the big sticks, in a triangle. So it would just light on fire. Lit that shit up. Put all the paper under there. All the paper. Right? All the paper. Underneath. And then just lit that fucker and watch that paper burn.
Did you ball it or tear it?
Oh, no. Balled it up. Balled it up. Pushed it in there. Because it was all of it, so I had to make it fit. Then lit it. And watched the paper burn for a while. And then we're just out there with no fire now. Right? Until the girl I'm with just makes one with the one business card. Makes the whole fire. Right? And so I'm like, oh, cool. I'll get the fucking wine. Whatever. Fire's stupid. Fire's stupid anyway. So
fire never saved humanity. I'll
get the wine. Fuck that. I'm getting some wine. So I get the wine. No corkscrew, right? And no internet. So... I just take my knife. I used to always have a knife, and so I just took the knife and stuck it in the thing, and then I tried to ram it down in it and just broke the bottle, right? So that there's glass in the wine, right? So we can't drink it. Anyway, so if you're ever in that situation, find a hard wall. If you're ever camping on the beach, find a hard wall, take your shoe off, put the wine bottle in the shoe, right? Slip it into the shoe, and then pound it on the wall. And the cork pops out. I've seen it on the internet. It's crazy. True. It's
wow,
true.
Wow, that's brilliant. That's really good. I'm going to have to try that the next
Didn't
time.
help me at all. It would have now. I'm going to tell the kids.
Thank you.
Can't find a wall.
Yeah. Oh, man, recently when I was down in St. Louis, we were staying at a family member's house. It was so wonderful. They just put us up.
Yeah.
They had like an extra house. They're like, yeah, we got
perfect.
this other like house that we're not staying in, and we can just put you up there. It's cool. And they have this wine opener, right? We use this wine opener, and it's this big press. It's this big fixture like built into the house.
We have that in our house.
Big handle.
Sorry.
And like, if you don't know how to do it, you will just put the bottle in and pull the lever.
Yes.
If that happens, it doesn't corkscrew the thing out. It plunges the cork into the bottle. It goes boom, and like stuffs the cork into the bottle. So this went all the way out, and you have to actually like take something else, like maybe a pen or something, and like stab it down in.
Yeah,
and then as you pour, like the cork goes into the neck of the bottle, and like you have to like shake it loose. It's like really humorous. It's hilarious. But if you do know how to use the machine, if somebody gives you if they're watching you, they're like, oh, let me show you how to do it. You like pull the handle first, put the bottle in, and then pull the handle up, and it goes
awesome.
and just pulls it right out.
Yeah. Are these fancy people?
I would not say this was a fancy situation. No, not too fancy.
Because Judy has one. Oh, names, girlfriend. My girlfriend has one. And she just did the exact same thing that you did. It's like something she's always had. Like, I don't even know why she did it wrong. But she just did that like a couple days ago. And plunged it in there, and she's like, oh! And I was like, what? That was the wrong way.
It's so funny. Like I didn't even think that could happen.
But I've never even heard of this thing. That's why it's crazy to me that you just brought it up. Like, and she just did that. And I was like, why don't you just use a corkscrew? Like poor folk.
buy this contraption for nothing. We have to use this thing.
For real.
It does something. It's fancy. It's mounted.
It's brass. It's
does
mounted
so-
on my
yes.
granite countertop.
Oh, ours says it's brass. That's awesome. I love it that you went through that.
It's like a computer, like one of the early computers that used to take up the whole room.
Yeah.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
had like 18. It's like the equivalent of like a Nintendo.
You couldn't hold a picture your phone takes today.
So it's like that. It's like that.
Like that one.
That wine opener takes up half the room. Dude. What's that? Wine
That
opener.
about-
And it breaks it into binary code. Like either it works or it just like plunges the cork into your bottle.
Yes
So
or
yes
no.
or no. Like, oh, it worked perfect. Or, oh, that totally ruined my experience.
Yeah. Everything's ruined.
And it's just a matter of like which direction you shift the lever, right?
I guarantee I would have did that wrong if I ever was brave enough to touch that thing. I never touched that thing. It just sat in our house. I thought it was like an antique something. You know, it's just like something cool mounted there.
Probably the only reason that wine was even invented originally. Somebody invented that machine.
What the fuck are we gonna do
Like,
with
we gotta
this?
make something that this thing can open. Dude, that's old McCloskey. He's got his. Old McCloskey's trying to fucking sell that machine again. People always get confused and they pull the lever down, which would be a natural reaction.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that
It's the
first.
first thing you would think. Yeah.
It's like his big joke on society.
Every time it plunges,
God.
he just laughs in heaven.
Well, it's got,
He's
it's
in
got a
heaven.
handle on it that says push. What am I supposed to do?
He's all, this is called an idiot counter.
You're like, what's it do? And he's like, 1.
Wait a minute, no offense though. I just never touched it. I would have been on the same page.